Shalom. I like to start this lesson by saying Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word and truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson is going to be titled The Treasures of the Kingdom. It's going to be a short one, but an important one nonetheless. We're going to start off at Matthew 13:44. Again, this is Yahweh Shai talking. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hidden in a field. Right? So when you first come into the truth, is that you find this truth and it's like it has been hidden in this whole mass world, right? And you come upon it, it's like, oh my gosh, this has been here the whole time in this vast field, because the field is, the world, so to speak. Right? And you come across this one land and you find the treasure. You're like, what? This has been here the whole time? Wow. Then it says, the which when a man hath found, he hideth. Right? Because you don't want to tell anyone about this. You tell people around this. If someone wins a lottery and they go and tell their friends and their family that they won the lottery, the first thing they say, oh, can you help me out? Oh, can you give me this? Oh, can you give me that? Right? So you're keeping this to yourself. Plus, you don't know who's going to come and try and steal it from you. Right? And for joy, because you're happy, thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, right? So when you come into truth, you give up those things of the world, right? You get rid of that old man to get that new man and buy that field. Yeah, you buy the field. So we're going to go to 52. Then said he unto them, which is Yahweh Shai, therefore every scribe, so scribe is like, where we're working to be as scribes, when we're in this truth, this ministry, right? And you want to go into the word scribe real quick. Slakia. Scribe. Professional interpreter of the Jewish law. Right? So basically a teacher, interpreter, right? Keeper of accounts, secretary, writer, right? Scribe, to write. And you want to go in the word interpreter. One who translates spoken languages, a translator. Yes, that's what we do. We translate spoken languages, from the scriptures. Because this is a spoken language, but it's like you have to be able to break it down. Right? So then said he unto them, therefore every scribe or interpreter which is instructed onto the kingdom of heaven. So to be instructed, you have to be instructed through the Rakah Kodash, through Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, through his prophets, through his elders, his apostles. They have to instruct you how to be a scribe unto the kingdom of heaven. Right? Because if you're not instructed in that way, you won't be able to break down the scriptures properly. Right? Therefore, you won't be able to get the treasures out of the scriptures. Right? And it says, unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder. So a householder is someone who is a master of their house, right? Which bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old. So a master of his house, someone that owns his house, that brings out the old things in his house and the new things of his house. His old possessions and his new possessions. It's just like, right? So like someone who's instructed someone who's a scribe who's instructed unto the kingdom of heaven has to be able to break down the New Testament and the Old Testament, right? To bring out the treasures within the scriptures in the New Testament and the Old Testament, right? But only someone who's instructed, right, onto the kingdom of heaven can do that, right? But that's the treasure. So we're going to go to Isaiah 33:6. And the Most High has to be dealing with you to be able to find the treasure within the scriptures. You have to be instructed. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength and salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Right? So fearing the Most High, fearing Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is your treasure, right? It gives you the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Because the Most High reveals those things through the fear. You have to fear him to gain that wisdom, to understand who the power is, right? Then you start to understand things more, right? But like it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times, and strength of salvation, right? And the strength of your salvation, because you get hope. Your faith increases. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, because fearing the Lord is how you gain the knowledge of wisdom and understanding. That's why I said the fear of the Lord is his treasure, because through the fear of the Lord, you gain those things, right? Then he instructs you. Because if you fear something, let's say even if you fear a lion, you're going to be instructed on how to deal with that lion. You're going to be very careful with every thought and every movement of how to deal with that lion, so you don't get bitten or tear it apart, right? And through that carefulness or caution, you get smarter, right? That's just an example. Hopefully it makes sense. Because through fear, when you're in fearful situations, you gain knowledge, wisdom, understanding, because everything is heightened because you don't want to die. It's a fear of dying that causes your brain to go in that fight or flight mode, right? And in the truth, the Most High will reveal things to you through that fear of him. Proverbs 16, but only his men, the elect, are actually going to fear him, right? Which is why only they have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and faith of the scriptures, right? Proverbs 16:16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver, right? Because to get wisdom and understanding is doesn't compare to any carnal thing, any physical thing. It's not even close. Because like I just read, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So it's more important to have wisdom, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in times of duress, which we're in right now. We're in those crazy times. But the people that have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and faith of the scriptures of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, they're not freaking out. They understand what's going on. Everything's cool. Everything's just, just continuing the program. But everyone that doesn't have it, they're bugging out. They're bugging out. Like, they're freaking out. Right? Doesn't matter how much money they have. They're still freaking out. All these rich elite people are still freaking out with all the money that they have. Right? Only the elite that know what's really going on, who's orchestrating everything, are the only ones that are cool about everything, But even then, they are freaking out because they know Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai is coming back. But they think they can fight it up against him, which is just nonsense. All right, so we're going to go to Proverbs 2 and 4. If thou seekest her as silver, actually, let's start from 3. Let's start from 1. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart, which is mine, to understanding, yea, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of Yahweh. Right? So the fear of the Lord will give you the knowledge of understanding. But you have to search for it. You have to be diligent and search for it. Right? And through that, you gain that fear of the Lord, which you gain the knowledge of understanding. That's why that fear of the Lord is very important. It's very important. Now, at first, but the thing is, you don't want to be paralyzed by fear. You want to be motivated. You want to be energized by fear, right? Because that fear you want to be energized to do the right thing, not to be frozen in your shoes and not do anything, right? That's when you're going too far, right? Romans 11:33. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh. How unsearchable are his judgments, and his ways past finding out. right? They are unsearchable. Not to the elect, though, right? The elect are the only ones that can search them out, because I read earlier, the elect are the ones that are instructed, they're the scribes that are instructed onto the kingdom of heaven, right? So they're the only ones that can break down the scriptures and search them out, right? They're the only ones. They have the riches of the kingdom, you know? So that's it on that. I don't want to keep talking. The point has been made. So, if you want to gain more knowledge and understanding, you have to fear the Lord. That's the first thing. You need to fear the Lord. But you also need to be searching it out. You got to be diligent. You got to keep looking, studying, going to the scriptures, reading, watching lessons. And the Most High will reveal to you. He will reveal things to you, right? But you have to prove that you're worthy of that knowledge and understanding. He's just not going to give it to you because you're crying, you're sitting here crying, wishing that you can get smarter or whatever, but you're not putting any work behind it, right? Because scripture reads, James 2:26, for the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also, right? So faith without works is dead. So you can have all the faith in the world, but if you're not putting any work, it doesn't mean anything, right? And the Most High is not going to reveal knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and faith, right? Or give those things to someone who's not putting in work, okay? So I'm going to close out by saying, Ka halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakha Kwadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and to the hopeful elect, pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth, death and destruction to his wicked kingdom, and the two threads as well. Kwam Yasharallah, Abad Babal, Shalom.